Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here. Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today, we're talking about the back leg and loading it properly. It's one thing that I see a lot of hitters, especially a lot of young hitters, do improperly, okay? And when we lift our front leg to stride, the only thing that is connecting us to the ground is this back leg, okay? And so it's really important to be able to get our swing off right, to be able to launch our swing right. We've got to get into a really good position to hit, and we have to get the body loaded properly. And again, it starts with the back leg. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips, a couple of key things to look at when you're watching your favorite players on TV. Just kind of watch how they prepare to hit. How do they load? Okay, watch this back leg and see what happens. These are a couple of things that I think happen in all really good hitters. The first thing is they're going to coil, okay? And so a real simple way to think about coiling is thinking about taking this back pocket. So if you're a righty, if you're a right-handed hitter, take your right back pocket, and when you lift this foot, think about coiling or turning this back pocket towards the pitcher, okay? Now, hitters do this in a couple different ways. Some hitters will kind of preset to where they coil, right? So they have this preset coil before they even stride, before they even pick their foot up, okay? So they'll be in here, they're gonna preset it, and now when they pick up, they're gonna continue to coil as they move out. That's some hitters. Other hitters will not preset very much coil. So again, you see stylistically, guys are all different. Some guys are like this, some guys are here, some guys are in all different stances. And some guys don't preset a whole lot of coil. Okay, so if you look at their hips, if you think about this, the line of their hips, right? If it's straight back, straight at the pitcher, then they're not really presetting any coil. If you see guys presetting coil here, where this back pocket is going to turn, the hips are going to be turned that way. So instead of here, you're going to see here more. All right, so slightly to the right of the pitcher for a righty, slightly to the left of the pitcher for a lefty. All right, now if you're not a guy that's going to preset that coil and get the back pocket turned before you stride, well, then you're going to have to get it on the stride. All right, so as you pick this foot up, you're going to coil. And again, take the back pocket and turn it, okay? Now, what would it look like improperly? For me, hitters that do it improperly, that don't get their back leg loaded very well, are hitters that just kind of shift their weight back and then shift their weight forward. So they're back and then they shift forward. So there's not much coil, there's not very much control as they move out, and this back leg never gets loaded, okay? So again, if I watch it from this angle, they just shift back, they don't coil, and they shift forward. And they'll typically get heavy on their front leg, they'll shift too soon, everything gets pushed out front. It's really hard to have a deep barrel turn if you're just gonna shift forward, jump forward, get really jumpy, okay? So, again, coil, either preset it or get it while you're picking up and striding. And continue to feel coiled, okay? So I don't want to lose it. I don't want to preset it, pick up, and start to lose it early. I'm trying to hold the coil as long as I can until I finally want to launch the swing. And now my lower half is going to turn, right? So I've coiled. I'm moving out. I want to go. Now my leg will turn. All right, but really key, and it's really important. This is the only thing that's attached to the ground, that's connected to the ground as I'm moving out. Okay, so this has got to be strong. This has got to be loaded properly so that when I want to go, and this thing can turn me, and now my upper body, we're not going to get into the upper body mechanics today, but now my upper body can go and the barrel can be turned into the ball. Okay, but it's one thing that I see a lot of young players doing properly. They just get up there and they either sway back, shift forward, or they just stand like this, shift forward, everything gets forward, the barrel gets pushed out to the ball, it's not turned deep, there's not very good bat speed, there's no quickness to their swing, and the swing kind of falls apart because we never loaded the back leg properly, okay? So that's one thing. Think about coiling. All right, coiling, getting the back pocket turned. Okay, the other thing that you'll see is that your knee is going to stay back a little bit more. So if you just push forward and you just feel like your knee is getting way out here, well, you're probably not doing a good job of coiling. All right, another thing to think about is your back heel. If your heel is just picking up really fast, you're just pushing off your foot, well, then you're probably not doing a good job of coiling. You're just shifting forward. So you should see, again, a coil. The back knee, rear knee should stay back a little bit more. The heel should stay connected to the ground a little bit longer. And that means I've loaded my back leg properly as I'm moving out. Okay? So that's really, really a big thing. The other thing you see a lot of hitters do is we talk about hinging their hips back. So feeling like your butt's out and your chest's over, so you're in good posture. And again, that has to go together with a good coil. So if you have your hips hinged out and you're in good posture and you just pick up and fall forward, well, that's not going to help you much, right? So I've got a coil. Coil for me is the most important thing, okay? Then having my hips hinge a little bit, having my chest over, being in a good athletic position is secondary, but also helps you as well, okay? So hopefully those two things make sense. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, share the video with all your friends, all that good stuff. And that's what we got. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you later.